Okay, let's put the things I've used over here. Yeah, right, you'll see it. Thank you for your vote of confidence. I appreciate it. Okay. Now we have some crushed rosemary. A lot of the time you'll get rosemary that's full leaves there. I just put mine into like well, the brand that I have is Mooli, so I call it a Mooli, but it's like a little coffee grinder or an herb grinder, and you just put it in there and just pulse it a few times, and it'll make it into a nicer powder here. And then you won't have those long leaves in your patties. Or if you have a mortar and pestle, you can use that as well. That'll work just as good. It just takes a little more time to stir it up yourself. So, okay, so we're going to do 2 teaspoons of this too. There we are. Next we have got garlic powder. And I'm going to do 1 teaspoon. And when I'm at home and I make these large batches, I usually make like 4 batches at once, you know, and then I just put the patties, I usually stack them in like 2s or however many you want, but I just stack them and I put parchment paper in between so they don't stick together in the freezer, and that works just great. All right, so we already got the Italian seasoning in there. And it's just the right amount too, I just saw here. We're good. We're good with 1 teaspoon. And then it's up to you how much cayenne pepper you want to add. Cayenne pepper can be pretty spicy, so you don't need to add very much to give it a little kick. I personally don't like to make my things super spicy, so I just like to have it nice mild background. But if you like super spicy, feel free to add more or less if you like it less than mild. But today we're doing it a little mild. We're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon. So when you work with hot pepper, sometimes you don't want to, because I'm doing a double recipe here. I'm sorry, I realize you can't hear Karen here. She asked if I was going to double it because I'm making a double recipe. When I use the cayenne pepper, sometimes when I'm doubling the recipe, I don't use quite double the amount because it really does kind of add up the more you add. So you might just want to play around with it. I might add, I'll probably do like 1/3 of a teaspoon today. So that's kind of estimating, huh? Nobody has 1/3 of a teaspoon. But how about 1/4 of a teaspoon and a pinch? How's that? And that's probably good. All right, and that concludes all of our seasonings here. So I am going to actually turn this back on again and make sure it starts boiling. Then you just stir everything up. In the water here, I've got 4 cups of water in here. And then we're going to add 4 cups of quick oats when the time comes to, once this starts boiling. And when you put the top on, it helps it to boil faster. A watched pot never boils, so I'm going to look away. But yeah, right. All right. So I will get my quick oats ready here. Whoop, don't want that to come off. There we go. So we're going to do 2 cups, and I've got a 2-cup measure here. All right. Just got to work out how I'm doing this. There we go. So I'm just going to measure that. I really like these measuring cups too, because you can see off in the front how much the amount is there. You don't have to squint and guess. Yes.
Use the regular old-fashioned oats that take longer to cook. You just cook a little longer in there?
If you used rolled oats, it would take longer, and I don't know how long it would take because I've never used them. But you could definitely try that. There's no reason why you can't. These just take less time. And, well, yeah, I was going to say it later, but when all different types of oats have pretty much the same nutritional value to them because they're not like bleached or processed the same way that wheat is processed. So even if you're using quick oats, they're still giving you pretty much the same nutritional value as the rolled oats are, or the grow oats or anything like that. It's just that quick oats have been steamed longer and rolled more times to make them more flat, so they cook faster, they're thinner. Yes, you're right. Thank you. I do want 4 cups of oats. It's a good thing I have the recipe here, but it's for 1 batch, and I'm doing 2. Gotta remember, too. So even if you mess up in the kitchen, it's okay, because it's an easy fix anyway. But yes. So while we're waiting for that to boil again, why don't we just go on here, and I'll tell you a little bit about the different kinds of oats. So I actually didn't know that there were so many different ways that they're processed, but you've got your grow oat, and the grow oat is just simply the oat that's been hulled. So it's the whole kernel right there. It hasn't been flattened or anything. So that's the most unprocessed one that you can get. I read online that I've never used them myself. I just learned about them. But I read that people like to use them in place of rice sometimes in like risotto and things like that. So I thought that would be interesting to try. And then you have Pinhead Oats. They're also called Irish oats or steel cut oats. And those are just grow oats, but they've been steel cut. So they've just been chopped up. So they haven't been rolled or anything, just chopped up. You also have your rolled oats, and those are probably one of the most commonly known ones also. And those ones have been steamed and then rolled, so that's why they're called rolled oats. And I didn't know that they steamed them to roll them first, so that was a new thing for me too. And then quick oats, they're just rolled more. They're rolled really thin. And instant oats, they are actually pre-cooked a little bit so that they're just ready for you right away when you want them. So I thought those were really neat. Let's check this pot here, see if it's boiling. Not yet. Okay. It was going so hard before, I was worried I was losing water, but okay. So some of the things that make up your oats are fiber. It actually has a really great amount of fiber in there. Actually, 33% of the recommended daily intake of your fiber. It has soluble and insoluble fiber, which means that the soluble fiber actually helps you to stay hydrated. It pulls in the water in your gut and makes sure that your body has time to absorb it into your system. And the insoluble fiber actually kind of acts as a cleaner for you. So your body doesn't absorb it, but it goes in there and it sweeps your gut out so that you can stay nice and healthy in there. You know what you're eating for breakfast. And then next you have protein. Obviously, you know, protein's great for your muscles, your organs, Your body uses it for so many different things, so it's really great that it has 26% in just half a cup of oats here. You've got calcium, great for your bones, 4% of daily intake. And iron. Iron is good for your, has 20% iron. It has 20% of your daily intake of iron. And iron is good for blood production. So if you're feeling a little anemic or something, oats could help a little bit here. Also, leafy greens help with that too. If you really have a problem, eat more broccoli and spinach and all that. That'll help you a little bit too. Next, we've got potassium. Potassium actually works in your muscles. It's an electrolyte, and it actually helps your muscles to contract. So when you're moving around, that's what's in there helping your muscles to actually move. And usually when you think potassium, you think banana, but oats have some potassium too. And so do avocados, I learned also. So, hey. Then you also have zinc here, and zinc really can help to boost your immune system and keep you healthy in that way as well. So, all right. Hey, it looks like we're finally boiling here. So let's get cooking again. All right, let me grab another glove here. All right. And next we're going to put in our oats. And this recipe is so simple. Next is the oats, and then you just wait for them to cook in there. You stir them in. I'm going to put in two more cups of oats. And then those are just going to cook in there. There we go. And I know this is a huge pot, but this is the one that works on this burner. So you can use this one. This pot is full to the 2-quart point. So we've got two quarts worth of patty here. All right, and I'm actually, once you have your oats in there, you can turn the heat down to low, or you can even turn it off, because these will cook very quickly. And you want to keep stirring them while they're cooking too, to make sure they don't burn or anything. All right, and you can see right here how that looks in there. So it looks like a savory oatmeal, really. That's basically what it is, savory oatmeal. Yeah, it is. It does smell so good, yes. I'm sorry? Your mouth's starting to water. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. All right. So I'm just going to turn this off now. I still need to get used to using this. Okay, that's the button. All right. And you can see that it's starting to thicken up too as time goes on there. See that? Yeah, more sticky, thicker as the oats absorb all of the liquid in there. Yep, that's what's holding it all together there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for that to cool down a bit, and then once it's nice and cool, I'm going to let you guys make your own patties that you can take home. So we'll leave the top off and let that cool, and that's the whole recipe until you form the patty. Again, it's like really simple to just throw together. Yeah. So I'll take off my glove again, and we'll get into more facts. Does anybody have any questions so far about the recipe or any of the science facts that we went over? Yes, Dave?
As far as oats, if you were making a burger,
Mm-hmm.
any idea what kind of oats?
Oh, if I was making a veggie burger, what type of oats would be good? You could probably use rolled or quick oats. I do like to use the quick oats with these because the they're kind of more sticky, I guess, or rolled oats are still more, what do I want to say? They're not quite chewy, but, I'm sorry? Yeah, they're kind of more separated, whereas the quick oats are, well, they're more like oatmeal, so they're more sticking together, so it helps as an adhesive, yeah, so it helps it to hold together. Okay. Okay, so Karen uses old-fashioned oats to make hers. So, are those 5-minute old-fashioned or rolled oats? Okay, so yeah, so the 5 minutes instead of the quick, or that is quick. Okay, yeah.
Vanessa,
Yes.
on steel cut oats, I was just in the store, I saw them, so I wanted to try them. It took 45 minutes to cook those steel cut oats.
It took 45 minutes
Yes.
to cook your steel cut oats. Wow.
I don't know if it was
Okay.
just because of that brand or what.
Right. No, I think it's just because they are thicker and they're whole. Yeah. So, I think I might have used steel cut oats like once in my life ever, and I don't even remember what I used them for. So that's why I'm like, you can try it, but I don't know anything.
And they even cost more.
And they cost more, yeah. So, yeah. So it just depends on what texture you want, what you're making, which depends on what oat you're using. All right. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. And I did want to get some wide mouth canning rings, because that's what I like to use to make my patties at home, because they're perfect and round and they're big and the right thickness and everything. But it's not canning season, so I couldn't find any in any of the stores for a reasonable price. So we're just going to use our hands tonight, well, with some plastic wrap. But but normally what you would do is you'd take your canning ring and you would put some plastic wrap on top of that, or a bag, and then you'd put 1/4 cup of your patty mix into that, and you just put the rest of the plastic wrap over top of that, and you can squish it down and form it to however you like it. Then you'll have a baking sheet with some parchment paper on it, which I don't have. I meant to get that, but that's okay. I meant to bring my little pan, but I forgot it. But yes, you can just get your baking sheet and put your parchment paper on top of that, flip your patty on there, stick it in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. And then I like to flip them because I like to get, even brown on both sides. So after your 15 minutes, you just flip it, put it in for 15 more minutes, take them out, let them cool, pop them in the freezer. No, or eat them right away, either one you want. So that's the whole process right there. So let's see how cool our patties are here. Get my glove. I gotta remember to get gloves on.
Do you ever let them
Yes,
cool
Ron?
off, and then if you don't have time to make the patty, put them in the refrigerator, and then make the patty the next day?
I haven't tried putting it in the refrigerator, but to wait until you could make the patty, but you could probably do that. I don't see why not. It might be a little thicker, so you might just need to press it down more. But it'd be like if you put oatmeal. If you put oatmeal in the refrigerator, you know how it'd get kind of gelatinous in there. This would probably be the same thing. So, okay. So we're just going to stir this a little bit. It looks like it's cooling off here. So, if I could get some helpers to help me pass out the plastic wrap and the patty here, I would be much appreciative. And then I'll show you how to do it up here for those of you who are online. I'm glad you came too. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, it looks like we've got a new one here, so I have to open it up. pull here. All right. Okay, there we go. Plastic wrap is always a tricky thing to pull off. I don't know if you guys have the same issue as I do, but yeah, right. Especially wearing gloves, it's like, what I can't feel. Okay, great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear some off here, and then I'm going to let my helpers tear a bit off, and then I will measure out the batter here. See, it's sticky. I can't get it off the spoon. Okay, there we go. There it goes. Just like it. No, I can't do that. Not for a class. That's only at home. All right. Okay, so it is just 1/4 of a cup, and it's really nice that it is. It's really nice that it's that exact. So then you can just do your measuring cup in there. So I'm gonna dish one out for myself here, and then I'm gonna give some for you guys too. Get some for you guys. And it is sticky, so I gotta use my spatula to get it out. Measure it, get it out. There we go. I've got a little tower. It's like building sandcastles. Sure. You got this stuff? Yep. All right. Okay, so my helpers are awesome, and they're going to actually measure out this for everybody so I can keep talking to you. Oh, okay. So I'm going to move this over so that everyone online can see. So I'm actually going to I'm still going to have to move this over so everyone can see through the camera. There we go. All right. Mm-hmm. There we go. All right. What awesome helpers I have. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so next what you're going to do is, normally you'd have your ring, but even though you don't, you can still have fun. It'll be like Play-Doh instead, right? So we're just gonna put our plastic wrap over top of it, like so. And then you're just gonna squish it down. And then you can make it into your round patty. There we go. See, you can make it round without any ring. Who needs a ring? So that's what you're going to do right there, just like so. And then I would usually have a sheet with parchment paper on it, but I forgot it tonight. So use your imaginations, if you will. And you would just flip it over right onto that parchment paper like that, and you just make your row. I usually do a row of 3 on 2 rows of 3. So you usually can fit 6 in there at a time. And one batch makes 8 patties, just about. So voila. Okay. Does anybody have any questions or anything? No? I'll take that as a good sign. How about anybody online? Anybody online have any questions? It looks delicious. Thank you. It is delicious. I wish you could be here. Yeah, it smells good. Thank you. Great. Yeah. Yes, Dave. Yeah? Honestly, I grew up vegetarian, so I don't know what makes it taste like sausages, or I mean smell like sausages. But thank you for the compliment, I guess, you know. It could be the sage. I'm sorry, yes, Charlene? Okay, so because it has the same seasonings in it that a sausage normally would, yeah. No extra salt, it's just the liquid aminos here. That's what makes it salty. So if you don't want to use salt, this usually has salt in it. So, so yeah, it's just, it's nice and easy, nice and quick. I don't know what else. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just ta-da! All right. Yeah, right. Pause and go. Okay. Well, let's see. While we're going on here, I'll just move on a little bit. We actually have some stores that were really wonderful in advertising these classes for us, and I usually shop there to get some of the ingredients. The first two stores that we have up there, Savvy Shopper. That's a local store here in Kingsport, and also Natural Foods Market is a local store in Johnson City. Both of those have been really great and awesome in not just providing ingredients, but also, again, advertising the classes and letting us put our flyers there in their store. Just Stuff is a secondhand store, and they also have let us put our flyers in their establishment as well. So pop in there. They usually have some really nice stuff. They've got furniture and clothes and all types of things in there. And it's nice to just go in there and browse, and you'll usually come out with something. So, I mean, I do anyway. Maybe it's my problem, but but yes. And then the stores, the more local stores that you see there, those are also where I go to get some other ingredients. They're more chain stores. There's McCoy's, which is well, that one's not a chain store. That's another discount store, but they also have some really nice things periodically. They've got good produce there if you're looking for discounted produce, or they'll also have some gluten-free, vegan items that come in. And you never see the same thing twice there, so that makes an adventure as well. Then you have Ingles. I find a lot of gluten-free things there, like pie crusts and things like that. I don't have a good recipe for a pie crust yet, so that really helps me. Then you have Spice World. That's actually a kind of like another Indian Asia market store. So you'll find a lot of really neat spices there that you might not find anywhere else. I really like to go in there and just pick out something that I've never seen before. I'm like, okay, let's find a recipe for this, because I have no idea what I'm doing here. So I've tried out different beans from there, different lentils, different spices. It's just a really nice adventure store if you're looking to try something new. And then there's the Asia Market, again, similar to Spice World. That's here in Kingsport. Grocery Outlet, another discount store. And the Fresh Foods Market, where I also find some produce and gluten-free items as well. Okay, great. Yeah. So if you does everybody have a patty? Okay, I see some of you already got it. It's so simple. You don't need me. You already have your patty in front of you, all finished and everything. All right. So yes, if it's nice and cool, you can just flatten it down there. Yep. You could make it into whatever shape you want. You could make a heart or a star if you want. That'd be cool. You could make it themed for the 4th of July and make a star, or Valentine's Day. Yeah, or use a cookie cutter to do it. Yep, that's a good idea. Or a square patty like Wendy's. There you go. Whatever your tastes are. Yes, Dave.
So if we make these tomorrow,
You can put it in the refrigerator tonight, and it will be fine to put in the oven tomorrow if you don't want to cook it tonight. Yes. Yes. Actually, I have been there a couple of times, but I haven't been to Earth Fair a whole lot yet. But yeah, I have checked it out. They have quite a variety there as well, so that's another good one if you're looking for a place to get ingredients too. I've never heard of the stock pot in Johnson City. Oh, okay. Asian food or ingredients. And what items? Oh, discount item. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah, well, that sounds interesting, too. I'll have to stop there as well. I like finding new stores. So. I always thought maybe we should do a store tour, but I don't know how people would feel about a whole flock of people coming in and just like, we're here to see what you have. But I don't know, it would be kind of fun, too. Wow. We'll see. I'm sorry? Yeah, right. If you buy something that went clear, I guess that's true. That's true. So, all right. So, yeah. So, if you are attending online, I just want to remind you that you will want to fill out the sign-in sheet that should be in the description or in the comments. Comments if it's on Facebook, and description if it's on YouTube, I believe. Depending on what our awesome tech guy did. I don't know. However it should be there. Either way, it should be there. But if you do, he's working on it. If you don't see it yet, just keep your eye open. But if you sign in there, then I'll be able to send you all the recipes from tonight and also from the following 2 nights. So even if you miss a night, you'll still get the recipe, and you'll also get updates on classes coming up and any other health-related events that we have going on here. So online or also in person, so both. So yay! But yes, and also if you have any questions, feel free to write those out in the comments too. Yes, Ron.
Do you know how this would go through a sausage press?
I don't. I grew up vegetarian. I have no idea how it would go through a sausage press. But if you try it, if you try it to make links, definitely let me know. I don't have one, so I can't experiment with that yet. But if you have one, maybe we could do it together. That'd be fun. All right. Yeah. Is it thicker or thinner better? I think that's up to preference, really. Do you like a thinner patty or do you like a thicker patty? I like mine to be about like 1/2 inch thick, probably. That's my preference, which is why I like the rings too. It just, you can just squish it and ta-da! But if you like it thinner and larger, depends on what bun you have. Are you making your own buns? Oh my. Okay. Well, it looks like everybody's got their patty all made and everything. So I'm just going to let you know briefly here about some of the other events that we have going on here at the church. We've got Community Service Tuesdays here going on every Tuesday. This Tuesday is an exception, but every other Tuesday. We have Community Service Tuesdays going on. Our projects lately have been making, weaving mats for the homeless out of your plastic bags that you get from the grocery store. We actually make plarn, which is like plastic yarn. That's what they call it, plarn. And you can weave with it, you can crochet with it. So what we're doing is we actually got a peg loom, and we go and we weave, and anybody who comes can help learn, or not help learn, but they can come learn the process and help weave on that, and then we donate those to the shelters that are in our area. So feel free to come and experience that. We always have a lot of fun talking and hanging out, all that. But we also have Crochet for Beginners as well, so we teach you how to crochet, or if you already know how to crochet, you're welcome to come too, because we're going to be doing a Warm Up America project, which is where you make crocheted squares, and then we all put them together, and we make this nice Afghan that we can also donate to help warm up America. So, so those are our community service projects every Tuesday. And then drive-through prayer every Friday. I really like this project that we have going on too. Ron and Manelli, who are here, they're awesome, and they'll usually be the ones to meet you when you come and drive up here. They're so sweet and nice, and they they really care about everybody who comes through. So if you feel like you need somebody, you need to get something off your chest or anything, please feel free to come and drive through every Friday at 4:30 to, is it 6 or 6:30? 6:30. So I have that wrong up there. It's 4:30 to 6:30, and they'll be here to offer you some support, give you a smile. They always give me a smile every time I see them. So I'm sure they'll do the same for you too. And then we also have Vespers going on, which is we have some praise music that we do, and we have a short message, and then we have some pizza, and then we view a TV show that's called The Chosen. That's what we're doing every other week right now. So the next times we're doing it is May 29th and June 12th. And it starts at 6 p.m. if you're interested in that. And we had some really nice music last time. We actually had a group come in from Johnson City, and they were really talented with their guitars, and the singing was really good. So you'll really have a good time coming. And also The Chosen. The Chosen is actually one of my favorite TV shows now. So feel free to come and see what that's all about. And having to do with food, with our health ministries, after this 3-day series, this 3-day cooking series, we're going to be doing something that I'm calling the Daniel 1 Challenge. And basically in the Bible, Daniel and his friends, they put forth this, respectful challenge to King Nebuchadnezzar, and said, can we just eat a vegetarian diet for 10 days or a vegan diet for 10 days? And if we look more unhealthy than the people who are eating all the meat and all the rich things, then we can go on that diet. But if we look stronger, then we'll go on the vegan diet. So in the Bible, they actually looked stronger and healthier than the people who ate the meat and the richer things. So I thought it would be really cool to put that to the test today and actually try and see, what would happen if we did the same thing? What if we had a vegan diet for 10 days and saw what differences we see? We might have different food than they had back then, so it might work a little bit different, or it might work exactly the same. We'll just see. And yeah, we did it one other time, the first series that we had, and some people lost weight, some people just felt more energized and healthy. So if you're just interested in seeing what it's like and just trying some new recipes, then that could be something for you. Just 10 days, and we're all in it together. So, so that's what's going on these days here. Great. Okay, and that's my last slide. So that's my cue to end here now. All right. Yes. So thank you all so much for coming. And there's no last minute questions, right? We're good? Okay. Thank you all so much for coming. I always really enjoy seeing all of your faces. So I hope to see you again tomorrow night. We're going to do called muesli, and it's a cold cereal. Great for summertime. You can make a big batch of it, keep it in the refrigerator. When I make it the first time, I usually have it for every meal because I'm like, it's so good. So, but it is also really filling too, so you have to stop. But yeah, it's kind of like a tropical type cereal because you've got coconut in there, and you have pineapple, and it's really delicious. I encourage you to come out and try it. So that's going to be our next dish of the night tomorrow night. All right, so I hope to see you there. I'm just going to close with a quick prayer here, and then those of you who are RSVP'd, you get first dibs on our samples here, and so yeah. I got a little tongue-tied here. All right. So if you would just bow your heads with me, please. Thank you. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you again for bringing us together tonight. Thank you for helping us to have so much fun and learn something new. Please bless the food that we have here. Thank you so much for the helpers that have helped to prepare it. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, I'll see you guys next time.